Hello, hello, and welcome to Art Snack. That's the time of day when we take a short break from our hectic schedule just to talk about art. My name is Jennylynd James, and I'm an artist based in Toronto, Canada. And with me today is Leavon Bowman, all the way from Northampton, United Kingdom. Hello, Leavon. How are you today?
Oh, hello. I'm very good. Thank you. Nice having me.
Thanks so much for the opportunity to speak with you today. So Leavon, tell me a little bit about how you got started in art and what motivates you.
Well, I'm always interested in art. I'm always drawn to anything artistic. And from as long as I can recall, I'm always artistically inclined, always drawing things. Spend most of my time in school. Probably when I should be doing something else, I would be there, sat there, drawing. And
so as
that's
a child, you started.
Yes. I'm always, even when I should be probably focusing on other lessons, I would be sat there drawing. Well, for me, I grew up in Jamaica, probably you can easily tell. And I was always artistically inclined. From as far as I can recall, really, I was always interested in art. If I should tell you why initially I did art, I couldn't. I was just drawn to it as a child growing up. I was just always drawing, and that's what I was best at in school.
Okay.
I tend to strive more when it comes to art. It's like I just find myself. I just find this comfort. It's like I discover myself in art,
right?
And I just excel really. And I've been doing. I just draw. It's just something that I'm drawn to. I see it, and there's this gravity just pulls me in.
Born to paint.
Yeah, so I just do it. I think it's innate. And there was a family member who was really good at art as well. So I just think it's something that I've inherited. So and after migrating to England, I did art in high school in Jamaica. But after migrating to England, I went away and did other stuff, and then I just couldn't get away from it. I just feel like this urge calling me, like I need to go and do this. And then I went to university and I did it. And completed my degree in 2017. So I haven't been painting long. I was always drawing. I'm better at drawing, to be honest. I'm always drawing.
Yes.
And then at university, I think, okay, I went there as a master's student, and I think, well, this is my last shot at seeing what really is inside me in terms of art and give it.
Okay, yes. So more formal training at that stage.
Yes. So really at university, I wasn't taught how to paint at university, to be honest. I was, as much as I've attended university, I'm a self-taught artist.
Right. So you learned art theory, a lot of theoretical.
Yes, exactly. Art critiques. You learn art theory critiques and other artists. You don't learn the technicality of painting. My art teacher have never really shown me even how to glaze. Even how to glaze is by watching YouTube video and experimenting. Nothing beat you actually doing the thing yourself. That's how you learn. And in that university, I was so frustrated because I couldn't do it. And one day I was going home and I said to my art teacher, I can't do this. It's too hard. Oil painting, and unless you understand oil paint, it can be very challenging to get that blend. So I struggled. And he said to me, he took me on my way home. He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going home. I don't understand this. I can't do it." And he took me down and he sat down and he showed me one single, about 2 minutes of blending. And that was it. I started out doing it very slowly, very slowly, and very meticulous. And gently. And I tried to be intimate with the paint. That's how I paint, very intimate with that paint. And I try to understand the paint. And what I realized is, as much as you are technically gifted, you can only do so much, and you have to allow the paint to do what the paint does. And you have to work. Yeah, you have to work with the paint. You can't work against the paint. You can't try to create something that the paint won't allow or is not allowed to do. You have to work with it. And that's what I understand. That's what I think I've learned most. And I don't know about any other painter. But for example, you can't expect an oil paint to act in the way of a water paint or acrylic paint.
Acrylic, yes.
Yes.
I had started with oil and doing portraits in oil. When I lived in Ireland, I had started to painting Caribbean people in oils.
Yeah.
But now, since I discovered acrylic, I like that it dries quickly. The thing with acrylic, you can't blend like oil. It's not because it dries so quickly.
Yes.
So you have to make a decision what color you want, you mix it.
But don't you keep it wet? Don't you keep it wet so it's...
I don't really. In fact, sometimes I paint over several times, but that's enough about me. But I do like acrylic, and but I think I'll go back to oil and experiment. I have the paints there, so I will probably experiment in the summer.
Well, I'm interested to know about other artists like yourself. To me,
well, I have a whole series on my YouTube channel because I've interviewed maybe about 20 people so far. And you can have the opportunity to go and see all the different, when you have time, play it as background noise. Hear what everybody's doing, because it's very interesting. Everybody has a different story, and it's interesting to hear people's stories and what they are doing. So that's one benefit of this program for me anyway, is meeting people and hearing and seeing what they're doing, because it's just amazing. Okay.
And I should give you this story. When at high school, I applied to do welding, woodwork, and I think something else. And they all came back full. The tutor said to me, there is no space in these fields. And he just looked at me, he didn't know me or anything. I just said, the only field we have left is art. And he just walked off. He just said, you have to do art, there's nothing else. Everything else is full. And I applied for 3 things. And he said, the only space left for you is art. And just walk off like that. Probably he thought was, well, whatever. But I just took it and I said, okay. I just went to art school, and at high school, I was the best artist at the time, the best ever to have to been to that school, that high school in Jamaica called Abutnat Gallimore. I was the very best. And I did this drawing, and it was so good that that's what they said anyway. They took it to the Ministry of Education office, and probably still sat in the Ministry of Education office in Jamaica.
What an honor. Wonderful.
And after I migrated to England, because I couldn't afford to go to Ednaman in Jamaica. So after coming to England, years after doing other stuff, I decided, well, art is my calling, art is my passion. And I went on to do, they say, the formal education. I studied art at university for 3 years. So I've got my degree in art. However, university only teach you how to critiques and history about art. They don't give you the practical skill, or to be honest, they don't really have that practical skill. So
tell me what you like to paint at this point in time.
I'm still on the theme of water. And if you notice my painting, I don't do any portraits or figurative paintings. It's not that I can't, but I try to exclude human from nature. I try to present nature in its purest form. I try to present nature in the way that nature is, or nature uncontaminated, nature pure. And it's for nature. To me, there is no politics, there is no religion, there is nothing but honesty, especially with water. I realize hot water is so honest.
Yes.
in its character. One of its characteristic is its purity, and that's why I try to capture, and I try to capture the detail of the water. If you see my painting, I don't know what you think, but I think they're
very detailed. It's like a photograph.
I saw this water at university and I thought, wow, that's good. Something just pulls me to that water, that scene. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, the reflection, the movement, the dynamic, the all layers and the composition. I thought, wow, that's good. There's so much in painting water. There's so much going on. Just looking at it, there's so much in water than other paintings. And I just started from there.
Right. Wonderful. Yeah. So please show us some samples of your work.
Well, I've got this, which I'm working on.
Yes.
This is called Morning Glory. Okay. And as you can see, it's just the sea in the foreground, and in the background there's trees, a rainbow, and the sun. And I just give that name because the way it makes me feel. When I look at nature, I have this. I've been brought up in this spiritual, religious home.
Okay.
So for me, when I see this some form of spiritual awakening.
Right.
There's some. I feel connected to something greater when I see this. I look to the heavens or to the sky and I think, wow, there's something so great. And that's how I'm drawn to. That's one reason I paint nature. Yes. It's like I'm drawn to something out there.
Right. And what about the one to your right at the back?
That one there it's a commission. It's called Living Water. And it's just like viewing the sea from above, from a different perspective. So I don't know if you can see it any closer.
Yes, lovely. Okay.
It gives a bit more detail of the water.
Yes.
And the
oh, and that one behind you, that is amazing. So your medium is oil paint?
Yes.
Okay.
Oil, yes. That one, probably I could go closer for you.
Yes, so now that looks like living water as well. I could actually see all
that one ripples. Is called Ocean Rhythm. I think I did a series of 6. I think this is the last in the series called Ocean Rhythm.
Ocean Rhythm, yes.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to create that one?
I've never worked really long on a painting. Probably that takes me, as it is now, probably 2.5 days and 8 hours. 8 hours.
Okay.
So 16, probably 20 hours.
Yes. So once you're inspired, you just pour everything into it and you're done with the painting.
Yes. Once I'm inspired, or love a painting, something about that scenery that gets me, I just start painting it. So that's it really. And I try to exclude, as I said, human or anything from my scene. I just try to make it as pure as honest. And
so just nature, no people in the scenes.
Yes. I've got this other big painting which is in the house that's quite interesting. It's pixelated. It's nature, but it's pixelated, and it shows the impact of our actions, how it negatively affects nature. So the image becomes distorted at places, and that shows our action actually destroying nature.
Mm-hmm. And so you have one in progress now. I see one canvas there.
Yes,
that's in progress.
This is also the sea at the foreground. This will be the skies with clouds, and there'll be a boat there.
Oh, okay.
Because the person commissioned it that way.
So yes. To do it. So with the commission, you have to put in what the client is looking.
Yes, I have to please my client. I have to please my client.
So it's saying that how can people reach you for commissions? Please tell me your
yes, they
handles.
They can DM me on my Instagram page, which is Leavon, Leavon _art, and you can just DM me there, or they could check my Facebook page with either LB Art, which is my or Leavon Bowman, yes, or my website, which is leavonbowmanart.co.uk. Any of those platforms. I'll just type my name into Google, Leavon Bowman, and you will see something.
Okay, so I'll put all the information here on the video. Well, Leavon, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us on Art Snack. And I really do appreciate getting to learn all about your art practice. The viewers can join us. Thank you. Join us tomorrow for another surprise artist. And you can also find my work at jennylyndjames.com/art and on Facebook and Instagram at Art by Jennylynd James. Thanks again and see everyone next time. Okay, so